Hello, and welcome back to another game. We're on Arabia again. We've got Slam and Spring just because I want the rematch here. We need to see what goes down. We saw an awesome last game. A couple of the elite units get used. A lot of that kind of new stuff really get kind of pushed in. Some castles. We saw some monks. We saw some karambits. Life was just honestly good. So I'm down for another Slam Spring game. Let's see exactly what goes down in this one. Again, the new civs in this one kind of going to be a little bit of an experiment for me as well. Not 100% certain on the tech trees, so I'm sorry if I kind of say some weird things like last game where I was like, don't know if they get Arbalest, don't know if they get Bracer. So really, I'm still learning the tech trees, so we'll see exactly what does go down. Of course, feel free to call me out in the comments. At the end of the day, I really don't care, because I'm just going to look at the tech tree after and be like, ah, there you go, I'm an idiot. But look, do what you want to do. Let's have a look at what we've got. So we've got the Berbers from Spring straight away. These guys were introduced pretty quickly, but the big thing going to be with them straight away, villagers move 10% faster, stable units are going to cost less, starting in Castle Age. So basically meaning the feudal, it's not going to make too much of a difference if they want to go scouts, anything like that. So interesting straight away. As for unique tech, bit of castle working, camel troops regenerate health, kind of cool straight away, but you know, no real big deal. From there, let's have a look at Slam playing the blue. By the way, Spring's playing the red this game. Up over here is the Berbers, just in case I didn't say. Spring, looking like it's going to be in a good shape for this game, I think. You know, last game was in good shape. Let's see how this one goes. Slam playing as the Burmese. Again, a civ I don't think we've actually really seen. I think we've seen him a couple of games, but nothing kind of major. Just a quick refresher. 3 lumber camp upgrades. Awesome. Awesome tech to have. The more you advance, the better that's going to go. Infantry plus 1 attack per age. Again, really cool upgrade to have. The only thing being, they miss out on some pretty big tech. Apart from that, unique tech, add battle elephant armor, kind of cool straight away. And that's probably about it, except one other cool thing we'll have a look at. Boom! Look at that. He knows where the relics are. Cool as shit. Straight away, especially considering I believe it's a team ability as well. Look, you want these guys on your team. That's pretty damn awesome, you know? I think that's probably all that's really noteworthy of saying. I think apart from that, anything's going to be a little bit useless until we see it start to come up. So I'll call things out as we see them if I need to. Just so we don't get, because it's still WololoKingdoms, everyone's still getting used to the mod, they're still getting used to the new civs, the way they feel, all that kind of stuff. So we'll keep it basic and we'll start branching out later on and see exactly where we want to go with it. So, looking at the maps, what have we got? For Slam straight away, looking like he's got a relatively defensive map. He's already got this right wall off here, and it looks like we are going to be seeing a little bit of a drush from him as well. Already does have his barracks up. And let's just have a look over here. So, no aggressive barracks from Spring, so I'm going to speed things back along and we're going to keep talking. Across, he's got his berries in the back. Always a nice one. Looks like he does have a gold over here, plus his main gold on the front. So he's only used the secondary gold to wall, so, you know, in a decent place as far as walling off goes. Not going to lack out in the resource there. Does have his woodline on the front here as well. Bad news being, that's kind of the only woodline he's got. If he loses it, game over, man. He's got this massive open right side here, so it wouldn't surprise me if he wants to get very aggressive, or at least drop some TCs down in some pretty defendable locations, just to try and hold that one as best as possible. Stone in the back as well, so potentially could see castles, some towers, I don't know, it's probably unlikely, but you know, that's how it goes. Spring over in back, what have we got? He's got a stone here, he's got a gold up on this hill towards the back as well, plus a back lumber should he need it. Left lumber over here towards the TC as well, really decent in terms of being able to actually get back and kind of hold down. That said, looks like we do have the barracks getting dropped down, so going to be going for a defensive wall off across here by the looks of things. Something we're kind of getting used to as well, those spring kind of things. So, really what we're seeing is Spring walls off really well using buildings. The only thing is he walls off very close to his TC. Not too big a deal until late game where you've got units with huge range, but just something worth noting just in case we see, you know, some archers pop up along here and get a couple of villager picks. Just, I thought it was worth calling it out. Does have an extra piece of wood around here if he wants to, but really, if he goes across here with a wall, going to be looking pretty good, and then all he really needs to do is just come across here and he's in a decent spot. Of course, this is a big area to wall off, but you know, I think it's definitely doable. The good news about walling so close to your town center, though, it means you're less likely to lose buildings and things like that. The militia moving forward, man-at-arms is going down for Slam. I'm loving this increase in man-at-arms we're seeing. This is what I want. At the end of the day, more man-at-arms is always a really good day. So if we see that, I'm in a happy mood straight away. So let's speed things along a little bit as well. And scout cover over here. Looks like we're doing a little bit. And the harassment's going to go down on the gold camp. By looks like it's just a little bit there with the scout. Of course, he didn't get that defensive drush out or offensive drush. So really he's going to be kind of dealing with his man-at-arms. But the way he's walled off, they can't get to any of the eco without going past the town center, so really well played by Spring. Only issue is it could delay him going for gold here, and if that does happen, can maybe, you know, a little bit of an issue. He's going for a scout opening though, so he can get some units out onto field without worrying too much. We can see the double archery already dropped down by Slam, so going to be in a good position here. Has forced the watchtower already. That was actually a really quick watchtower that's coming up from Slam. Could be gearing on playing a more defensive game and kind of getting an early castle, actually, just judging by that one. Looks like he's going to come in with the man-at-arms, try and do a little bit of damage here. Quick pop recap, we're looking at 32 for Slam and 29 for Spring. Villagers pretty much neck and neck at 27 for Slam, 26 for Spring. Military looking quite a bit more for Slam on the field, 7 compared to 3. Here come the scouts though, going to come in and start doing some damage, potentially going to get the villager pick here as well. And he's going to get that one. Did lose his scout early on, remember that. But he's going to get the villager pick. Going to force the tower to get completed and garrison 2 villagers in there. So really for Spring, not a bad result. They got 1 pick, forcing a little bit of idle time. And from there, it looks like he should be able to hopefully keep Slam's army back at home as well. Try and do some damage here, but it looks like the man-at-arms, yeah, not being able to get through that palisade. Not really what you want to see. No doubt we will see. Oh, they will get through the palisade, actually. And he's going to lose a villager there. And karate chop, but at the end of the day, sword beats karate maneuvers. Having a look around, starting to move pretty hard onto that gold at the moment. Still going some stone as well, of course, thanks to this one over here. Gonna put it in a good spot to get some TCs out once you're done, or even could potentially see a castle, but again, TC is probably going to be the thing that's most important. Try and take out this palisade again, might actually have choice for it, however, the scout's going to come around, may actually prove difficult to deal with, because we do know man-at-arms 45 HP. 6+1 attack thanks to that aging up effect, but 45 HP on the scouts as well, plus 3 and 2. So in a war fight, I guess the man-at-arms going to fare pretty well for themselves, but at the end of the day, the scouts are just going to outnumber, and that's where it's going to be really important. A couple of skirmishes and archers out on the field for Slam as well. And this will get cleaned up over here nice and quickly. Slam going down with fletching, so going to be in a good place to really push forward, get the damage needs on a couple of these villages. Archery range transitioning happening for Spring, so hopefully should be able to commit to that one as well. Now he's cleaned up these man-at-arms, get some villagers up on the gold over here, and really be able to get the units out that matters. Blacksmith going down and a house going down. Spring, you're not going for a fast castle, are you, sly dog? No, there's the extra archery range. He does have quite a bit of food in the bank, but at the same time, he has committed to scouts, so not going to see too much going on. Looking across the map at the moment, not too much exciting going down. Looks like this villager over here could be potentially finishing the wall off, and going to move out across here by the looks of things. I was kind of expecting it from the top, but at the same time, I guess he may not know that goes all the way behind, so he doesn't. Scouts moving forward, going to find an engagement here with the archers. Not sure whether it's going to be taken or not. Trying to get a really good surround there. And loses 2 scouts before the combat even really starts. That fletching going to really help out. Do a little bit of extra damage to the scouts, which is what counts, of course. Only looking at 4+1 compared to the 2 armor. So, you know, 3 damage per hit. That's pretty decent. You know, it's definitely respectable. A couple of extra farms getting thrown up by Slam as well. Of course, going to help him to get to that castle edge a little bit quicker. He's starting to bake up those resources now. As for Spring, still banking up quite a bit of food. Only just transitioning really onto gold by the looks of things. So that archer count going to be a little bit low. Skirmish is always a good counter for it, but at the end of the day, it does kind of delay your castle time. After coming out of a scout transition though, not exactly the worst kind of thing. He's got a lot of farms out, so he's going to be able to kind of cop that one without taking too much. That said, wheelbarrow down on the way too, so going to build up even further, and it wouldn't surprise me if we see a relatively decent castle time from him straight away. Slam, on the other hand, looks like he's gearing up for it. He's got a bit of resource in the bank there, trying to do what he kind of can. More archers on the way, so going to be in a decent spot as soon as he hits castle to kind of go crossbows and really push in, provided he doesn't lose too many to the scout push, which we've kind of already seen before. Archer skirmisher mix moving forward. Not sure they're exactly going to find much of a way to harass at the moment, just because the blacksmith house wall, we have the house and palisade wall. It's still a gap over here in the bottom. Does Spring know about it? He's in the wood, but he hasn't scouted the other side yet. I'm pretty sure he will, just because it's pretty risky not scouting the other side of the wood. And wheelbarrow going down for Slam as well. Spring just about ready to click up, just lacking about 100 food at the moment. Going to be getting close for Slam, but end of the day, still needs quite a bit more resource there. Might actually get around here in time. Gonna have to kill the wolf off. And getting that one. There we go. Spring clicking up to Castle Age. So it's going to be nice for him. Get a little bit of that crossbow tech kind of going on. Not sure exactly where he wants to go with it. Always has the option for Knights as well. Knights, as we know, really strong Castle Age unit. Can just demolish a Feudal Age army very quickly. Spring fletching happening now as well. So it looks like he will be kind of committing to that crossbow style of play. And going for stone. As Spring hasn't spent any stone yet, unless he wants to go for a defensive castle or a castle aggressively. That could be kind of cool. I'd like to say that. What, I believe it's Camel Archer for Berbers, which should be interesting, because I believe it's a counter Cavalry Archer. Cavalry Archer. Alright, I could be wrong, but again, correct me, you know. Do your moaning in the comments, I'm happy about that. I'll check the the tree after. It'll be fine, I'm sure I've got this. So, potential castle coming up for Spring, which will be really interesting to see. Whether he decides to drop it on the frontier to kind of gain those resources, or drop it over here to defend the gold, not exactly sure. And, oh, this is going to hurt. Looks like he's actually been pushed into this hole over here. He's been trapped, and going to lose all those archers and skirmishers to skirmishers. This is not good at all for Slam. He's lost his army. He's going to be behind in terms of Castle Age. He's got a little bit of army hanging out here, but he's got a couple of watchtowers going up. So he's obviously not feeling too confident right now. This may have been what the extra stone income was for. I thought he may have been planning on going down with a castle or an extra couple of TCs, but I think this is maybe exactly what they're getting spent on. Castle Age are now going ahead for Slam, but the bad news is Spring already there, man. Let's see exactly what he's doing with it. So he doesn't have the resource to really drop down too many town centers. He's putting one down on this lumber up over here. Going to act as a defensive shield for that gold as well. May see another one come up over here as well, just to kind of get that extra wood source going on. Elite Skirmisher, Bodkin Arrow, all going down. Going to put him in a good place to really just push out with a couple of those skirmishers and do the damage he needs. Skirmishers, not exactly a great offensive tool. Elite Skirmishers makes a bit of a damage difference. They will start really pushing against villagers, start really eating away at their HP a little bit more, and that's kind of what you need. But really looking pretty advantageous for him right now. If he can kind of get in, especially if he can do some damage to these archers as well, which will delay that kind of crossbow push that we will see from Slam. Yeah, I see it. I like it. I like it a lot. Kind of patrolling on this hill as best as possible. We've got Slam just about at Castle Age, so slowly clicking away at it. Leather Archer armor going down as well, so we are going to see a good skirmisher fight here. So, should be alright. Did he cancel Elite Skirmisher? I think he cancelled Elite Skirmisher. That makes me a little bit sad. Not too much he's going to be able to do with this. Just running around, and there's the extra TC as well. Right, man, can I pick it or what? Dun, dun, dun. Getting really close in terms of what he's going to be capable of here. Doing a little bit of scouting with, of course, the scout cavalry. Doing the best he kind of can. And moving back across the map with the skirmishers. Looks like he's actually not interested in taking the engagement right now. Wants to boom up behind this as best he can. And I guess just kind of push it to a late game, if possible. Slam, there we go. Castle Age for him now as well. Should hopefully see the TCs get dropped down. What are we seeing in the back there? Ooh, we may be playing an aggressive game here, ladies and gentlemen. What else have we got? He's nearly got enough for a castle as well. Is that the plan? University going to get dropped down. Let's go back on the way for Spring, but we're seeing Bodkin Arrow, Crossbow, Town Watch all going down for Slam. The man is teching up pretty heavily. It looks like we should be seeing a ballistics pretty much straight away. Look at that wood. That's exactly what I'm kind of expecting. Ballistics, potentially a castle as well. It'd be nice to see him drop a really aggressive castle, even if it's just straight here. Deny this and go to push over towards this. When he's Slam building a castle, it must be at home. There we go. So on the hill at Frontier. Yeah, I get it. It's going to be a really good defensive castle, especially against skirmishers and anything kind of pushing in against him. Hill going to make it a good difference as well. That tower, kind of nice. And hopefully the skirmishers should get pushed out of here nice and quickly. Potentially going to take quite a few crossbow losses. The hill going to really help out though. And of course, all those extra tech upgrades going to be a really big deal. Spring going for a castle as well. We'll watch this one out just before we jump over. Once ballistics goes down, Slam going to be in a really good place to put these skirmishers down. Just because, of course, that micromanagement not really going to help out quite so much. You can still micro against ballistics, but becomes infinitely harder straight away. Castle getting thrown down. And let's have a look where that castle from Spring is. In fact, that's it there by the looks of things. It was either going to be Castle or a TC, and I figured he already got his 2 TCs up, so Castle it is. Slam, 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 slam. Extra town center going down. Alright, I was looking at that going, why is that going down there? There's gold, guys. It makes sense. There's golds there. So, gonna look alright for him overall. Deleting off here. Could be potentially pushing out as well. Is he going for another TC? He's got the resources to if he wants to. Good go for Super Mega Ultra Boom. Definitely. Just, and what have we... Ah, guys, we've got Arambai. Arambai out in play. So, if you haven't seen these guys thus far, I'm going to rifle off a couple of stats and a couple of problems. So, the description being a dart thrower. The extra bit of the description being an inaccurate dart thrower. Which kind of makes things, you know, a little bit of an issue. That said, they've got 18 base attack with 60 HP. That's a big deal. That's like 2 hit in a lot of units kind of at this stage at the moment. And then, of course, as well, you can 3 hit pretty much everything. So if you get a good amount of these guys on the field, they're going to be amazing for raiding. Kind of 3 of these against a villager. Yeah, you're looking at just about game over turf. They're looking like Janissaries as far as all that kind of damage goes. Spring actually not walling off this side over here. Really important to note at the moment. Just because we could see these guys kind of run in, get a bunch of villager picks, and just harass the hell out of the economy. We do have Bloodlines going down for Spring. Oh, is he transitioning to Camel Archers? Let's have a look. It's got units in the castle, so I'm kind of feeling it. But yes, Camel Archers over here, boy. It looks like we are going to see a couple more unique units get thrown into the matchup as well. This is what I've been looking for the last couple of weeks, guys. Any kind of game where we're seeing this kind of success. Extra stable getting down for Slam. Not sure what the plan is there. Or is that his first stable? It's his first stable. So could be potentially just going for Bloodlines to power these guys up. Which kind of, honestly, I want to see. We've got 3 TCs still for Spring. So we are basically in eco mode at the moment. And same should be going over for Slam. We've got 1. We've got 2. 1, 2. So that's about all we're seeing. So Slam really just trying... There's the 3rd. Alright, I thought I heard a TC come up. That's going to be the 3rd one there. Bloodlines for Slam, of course, going to add that extra 20 HP. Actually a really big deal to units. And it looks like potentially going to see a little bit of a skirmish here between the Arambai and the skirmishers. This is what I want to see, because I haven't seen the Arambai in action yet. Against skirmishes where it's something with 35 HP, hopefully we should see some serious damage. Again, looking at these darts, not a super accurate throw, but at the same time, good enough to push them all back and actually doing some serious damage when they hit. Like, the bad news is they're getting taken out very quickly. But as soon as these skirmishes have to start retreating, yeah, look at them pick them off. It's serious damage town. Wow, this is surprisingly effective. If they had more HP, they'd be alright. Considering we just got Bloodlines, I think that's probably going to be the little bit of the nail here that's going to push these guys back across. And I don't think skirmishes are going to be too good of an option, you know? They've just got too much base attack power. Once you get the extra armor on top of that as well, they're going to be absolutely smashing it. So looking at the pops real quick, just to kind of break down where we're at. We've got Slam at 102 now. That was a quick up. And then Spring at 99/100, because he just went up a couple more. Villagers, we're looking at 93 for Spring, so a really good spot. 76 for Slam. Army counts, we're looking at 8 for Spring. 28 for Slam, so both players committing a little bit differently here. That castle actually going to be able to fire against these guys. Potentially going to see a couple of villagers get lost. But it looks like the inaccuracy is going to be their downfall here. Plus, of course, the fact that tower... Man, that castle's got heaps of range. That's really decent. Going to be able to keep anything away from this wood line here. Really good placement by Spring, actually. Going to really cause him some pretty minimal harassment there, actually. Scores are pretty much neck and neck. About 200 points in it at the moment. Pops pretty much neck and neck as well. We have just seen a market go down for Spring, though. So potentially going to see him... Oh, sorry, for Slam. Going to potentially see him kind of balance out the age there as much as possible, too. Imperial Age coming up for Spring, so... Really decent from both players. Another castle getting thrown down in the center for Slam. Looks like he may be really starting to commit to these Arambai as well. That'd be awesome to see. That said, though, can use it to actually hold out this middle ground here. We'll have command over this kind of gold mine. And then from there, whatever it needs to go. We'll take out the scout cavalry there, too. And that extra TC is still booming. So we are going to see still booming here. Still booming here. Still looking pretty good. Spring really taking that kind of tech play at the moment. Going to be getting down with ballistics. We've got Thumb Ring on the way as well. Slam really balancing out his eco as much as possible. Hopefully should see an up from him pretty quickly too. And there we go. Massive balance out of the eco. Camel Archer is actually out to play at the moment. Town Center coming up on this stone. Of course, to cement this area here as well. Should hopefully see some serious damage from the Arambai. And going to take him out pretty much one at a time by the looks of things. Some good micro here should keep him going. Those camel archers, though, just a quick breakdown. 80 HP, 7+2 attack, 0+2 armor, 1+2 armor, 4+2 range. So a very, very decent unit. I think they should be getting the attack bonus versus the Arambai. I think they should count as a cavalry archer. So really, they're just an extra bulky cavalry archer, I kind of guess. It has extra damage versus cavalry archers. Both players on their way up to Imperial. Spring going down with Husbandry as well. So looking to get these camel archers really into play at the moment. And looking pretty powerful, actually. They're doing some serious damage. Has delayed the town center on the front, though. Taking out most of these villages with the Arambai. Of course, just making very, very short work of them with that 18 attack. Absolutely crazy. That town center, though, going to come up. Extra villages getting sent across. But a couple of extra kills can even it out really quickly. Spring at 100 villages compared to Slam at 94. Military count being 10 for Spring. Slam at 21. So at the moment, Pops, you're looking at 110 for Spring and 117 for Slam. Very neck and neck right now. We are seeing a couple of 100 points towards Spring overall, so may have a couple of extra resource in the bank. There's Imperial being finished down, Gold Shaft coming down as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see Elite Camel Archer actually come down sometime soon as well. There's Bracer, so going to add the extra bit of range and attack to these guys too. Chemistry as well, really starting to tech up on top of this one. Guild's going down as well. Is he trying to utilize that market a little bit more as well? Arambai really starting to come out in force now. Double Monastery going down. I guess Monastery get the converts on the Camel Archers, potentially. But Camel Archers looking like a super strong unit right now. What we got? Sanctity, so potentially going to go for that as well. Looks like we should be seeing a couple of monks here from Slam, actually, as well. Potentially get a couple of kills on these villages, and look at that damage. Like, there's a lot of darts missing, but at the same time, the damage is absolutely real. Looks like that Monastery should come up as well. And going to see a couple. Could just be using them to heal the Arambai up as well. Definitely a decent idea, considering the amount of HP they've got. Of course, Camel Archers being pretty much dead even. The castle, though, going to start taking some tread damage, and as I call them, engagement makers. Slam really needs to come up with an answer for this. If he can't, of course, he's just going to lose his castle and all this extra stone that kind of comes with it. Just about to hit Imperial. There we go. Chemistry coming down. We've got Conscription on the way. Ring Archer armor down for Spring as well. So really getting these Camel Archers decked out. What else have we got? Conscription, block printing for Slam. Theocracy as well for Slam. So looking pretty decent, actually, in terms of the amount of tech we're going to see from both players. Trebuchet coming out, so he's going to be able to start competing with the engagement makers as well. Arambai could potentially try and run in, do a little, I guess, a bit of a run by. But with the extra damage boost he's going to be getting on those Elite Camel Archers now, so he has gone for the Elite Camel Archers. He's going to be able to take out quite a few of them. So Elite Camel Archers, 85 HP, 8+4 attack with all those extra bonuses. Still on the 1+2 armor. Hopefully should see, yeah, Ring Archer armor about to finish up. And Masonry actually going down for Spring as well. So it looks like he wants to get the extra HP on those buildings while he can. Illumination going down for Slam. So it looks like his potential here is Arambai backed with Monks. So going to be able to get the converts and heals behind that. And it looks like he's kind of just waiting for this castle to go down at the moment. Should hopefully get that extra trebuchet out. There we go. Conscription for Spring and Elite Arambai going down for Slam. Elite Arambai, I'm pretty sure it just adds some HP, a little bit of attack. I think that's about it overall. Not sure if it adds any extra armor, but Spring looking like he's going to be able to move out now and do some serious damage. Slam really has to prep up back at home. Going down with the castle here, of course. Getting another siege workshop up, so 2 at the front. So going to be in a decent position defensive-wise, especially if he gets a couple of mangonels out. These guys 4+3 range, so looking at the same as a mangonel, so the damage can be done. Spring going out with an aggressive castle as well, losing a lot of villages on the front lines here. And Arambai versus Camel Archer. I'm kind of thinking Camel Archers are going to take this one unless we see some massive converts. And that trebuchet is within range, so you're going to have to pack that one up and actually get out of there. Mining camp coming down the frontier. Arambai going to start taking some serious damage. We are at Elite, 85 HP, 20 base attack. That is huge. Running in, trying to do that run by I was talking about on the trebuchets as well. Doing as much damage as they can. And of course, with 150 pierce armor, that's not a whole heap. Losing a lot of those Arambai. The Camel Archers are moving in, taking out a lot of the monks as well. That's really going to hurt overall. Trebuchet going to take some serious damage as well. 150 pierce armor though, so looking like it should survive. And trying to pack up and get out of there. Don't think it's going to happen in time. The Camel Archers, though, are concaving really, really well. So going to be able to take out a lot of these units. Trebuchet has been lost. What is the plan here? Slam? Spring just playing a really, really solid game overall. In terms of pop, we're looking at 162 for Spring, 134 for Slam. Villager count still in favor of Spring, and army count as well, naturally, with that kind of pop advantage. These camel archers are just looking super, super deadly. We're seeing a couple of bombard cannons coming out for Slam. More and more monasteries. Is he just going to try and convert all the camel archers? Or look, as much as I want to kind of say, Slam, you've got this one, I don't think he's going to be able to micro the amount of monks he's got out at the moment. Yeah, this is going to be an issue. The bombard cannons, of course, as well. Look, I've got 5 pierce armor, but at the same time, going to be able to do some serious damage, especially in the bulk we're looking at the moment. Going to move past, and Trebuchet is really just going to take down these castles before too much can be done about it. Elite Camel Archer is basically sitting here guarding him. The Arambai moving forward a little bit. A couple of gold miners running forward as well. Just going to get taken out by that hail of arrows. This is a lot of Trebuchets on the front at the moment. Slam really needs to come up with an option, and I just don't think he's got it. He's got a lot of resource in the bag, but what's he committing to here? I mean, he's Imperial. Look at those resources. Something's just gone down, so it looks like he's creating something. Elite Battle Elephant on the way. That's what it's going to be. Elite Battle Elephant combined with Scale Barding. Even then, I don't know if they're going to be able to really do too much, because those Camel Archers are just going to be able to get microed away from them. And that's going to be it. Ooh, we've got a lot of monks going for converts here. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got some converts, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. The monks, of course, going to regenerate fairly quickly here. But at the same time, these Arambai are just getting cut down like trees, I guess, at this point. Trees by an angry lumberjack villager. The bombard cannons trying to get as much splash damage in there as they can, but the elite camel archers, they've got so much HP, it's not going to make too much damage. The bombard cannons doing a good job against the trebuchets, though, so you're going to have to be really careful with that one in the overalls there. Camel archers just moving in on top of it, using a couple of those elite camel archers to defend himself as well, trying to get the converts there as much as possible. Bombard cannons are going to get taken out by the camel archers by the looks of things. Potentially they could turn around, they could get 1 or 2 good hits in, but no, going to get sniped very, very quickly. And I just don't think Slam has an answer for this right now. Elite Battle Elephants are on the way. Only out of 1 stable, though. I don't know what the answer is there. Chain Barding Armor on the way down as well. So it going to look like he's going to be able to get in there with them. And remember, they've got like 200... I think they've got 300 HP, actually. So really going to be quite smart for taking out. And we got Battle Elephant. Yeah, so Elite Battle Elephant 300 plus 20 as well from that extra Bloodline tech. So looking pretty good. 3 armor on Pierce. Could potentially get up to plus 4 on top of that as well. So going to be able to take some serious damage, especially for the Camel Archer, where it's only 8 plus 4 with that massive 320 HP. But at the end of the day, I just don't think Slam's going to be able to pop up quick enough. He just doesn't have what he needs here. Again, more units getting converted, but losing a hell of a lot of monks. Man, that's so much gold to be losing. The Battle Elephants are moving across the moment. A couple of elite Camel Archers in there as well. Just because he's managed to get the converts. But just looking at that army at the moment, it's 52 army for Spring versus 22 of Slam. If you had a chance to get maybe a little bit more Battle Elephants on the field, could potentially run into it, but I think he's going to get cut down way too quickly at this point in time. Spring having such a good eco behind this as well with 122 villagers. That said, Slam at 140, so he's definitely got the eco to go toe-to-toe here. I just don't think he has the momentum because Spring's just pushing in so quickly, taking out all the monasteries, doing the damage where it really counts. If he can kind of heal up the Battle Elephants as they go in, maybe. But let's look at the damage here. Oh man, that's just so many Camel Archers. Oh boy, that's not good. I really thought it was going to have a little bit of a chance there with the Elite Battle Elephants, but the way they got taken down and just, I guess, cut down so quickly. Not good. That's so many trebuchets. His building's just going to go down so quickly. I think this is GG, guys. I hate calling games, but Spring, he's just got this one in the bag. Slam is moving in with his cavalry, but it's not enough. He knows it's not enough. The amount of just Camel Archers we have there. Camel Archers are stupidly good, guys. I would have loved to have seen a counter get really pulled out for him, but nothing could really be done that game. A Rambai was really cool to see as well, but they just didn't have the damage behind them. Well, I hope you like seeing all the unique units, guys. These are kind of cool. I'm liking this. Anyway, I'll see you in the next game.